Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Virgo and their twin flame connection. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never solicit for private readings. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in that, you can find links to my private readings and for donations in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So this is a very special reading, special series that I'm doing for twin flames. So if you don't know what a twin flame is, or you don't know if you're in a twin flame connection, please look it up online. There are many videos that go into much greater detail than I can possibly go through. Essentially, it describes two people who share the same soul. So one soul in two bodies, which sounds kind of crazy. But if you are in that twin flame connection, then you understand what I'm talking about, and you don't really need to explain it to anybody. But I'm also trying to help people understand what this phenomenon is. I didn't actually believe it myself until many signs were given to me, including a situation where somebody I did not know, a tarot reader on YouTube, who was talking about twin flames, got a message from Spirit and said my twin's name as I was watching it. So, and he does not have a common name by any stretch. The twin flame dynamic can be mesmerizing, captivating, magnetic, intoxicating. It can also be very self-destructive, taxing, agonizing, torturous, loving, supportive, disconnected, all of and everything in between. It's an unbreakable bond between two people. So I'm assuming that if you are here and you are a twin, then you are most likely in separation from your twin. And I'm sorry, because I know how difficult that is. But when I created this channel, I knew that I wanted to make twin flame videos to support people who are on this really intense path. Ultimately, our twins are here to teach us lessons. The biggest lesson being love for ourselves and discovering our spiritual path. So, twins, we're going to be doing, I'm saying we, I guess me and my spirit guides, your reading today with the Way Home Tarot and the overall energy from the Human Spirit Oracle, which is a oracle deck that I highly recommend. It's awesome. Okay, so Virgo, what messages regarding your twin flame connection? Overall energy for Virgo regarding their twin flame connection. Okay, this is interesting. Number 18. 18 is the Moon card. Moon energy came out for Capricorn. So if you have any placements in Capricorn, or your twin is a Capricorn, I would suggest watching that reading. I'm possible is the wording here. It's kind of interesting what's going on here, but it's almost like this character is bursting through a mirror, a window or a mirror, from one astral plane into another. It's really creepy, actually, this image. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if anyone will remember this reference, but there was a movie back in the I want to say the early 80s, and I was really young in the early 80s. It was a Disney film, and it was called Watcher in the Woods, and it was so creepy. And it talks about, I should watch that again, actually. I think I'd still be freaked out. I'm 46. I would still be freaked out. It talks about this girl who, like, got sucked into another dimension through a mirror. And then they were, like, doing a seance to try and get her back. All this stuff. Kind of weird for a Disney film. It was kind of subversive for a Disney film, I will say, but there were a lot of crazy things. The whole decade of the 80s was either pastels at the end, or it was just brown and orange. There's just no in between with the 80s. But this actually literally reminds me of that film. And so, I mean, it's the idea that we're bridging dimensions, whether it's the afterlife or it's the spiritual realm or whatever it is, the 5D, I feel as though your twin has been trying to communicate to you through dream state, through astral projection. My twin often visits me in astral projection, through astral projection. It's very strange. So have you been having dreams about them lately? Has things been surreal in your dreams? They don't make a lot of sense, but you know that it's them. You know that they're there. It's mysterious though, isn't it? Because number 18 is the moon energy. The moon is mysterious. It's all about secrets, illusion, confusion. So there's a lot about this twin flame journey that could be really sending you in a spiral at this time. We shall see, Virgos, we shall see. I wanted to say I welcome any cross watchers that are watching. That's the first time I've said it in 7 readings, that I've welcomed a cross watcher. So there's somebody who's cross watching right now. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifiers. Got 7 cards down, 1 more. Okay, actually 2 cards came out, so you have 9 cards instead of 8. The first 2 cards talks about your energy, kind of your side of the story. You got the 6 of Swords clarified by the 7 of Swords. 6 and 7 together. Oh, there's a couple synchronicities here. Anytime, you know, there's 78 cards in a tarot deck, right? That's a lot of cards that can come out. So when we see, you know, there are only 9 cards on the table. So when we see synchronicities of what's the word I'm trying to use? Consecutive. Oh my God, why couldn't I think of that word? The word I wanted to say was consensual. I'm gonna sit with that one for a moment. Okay, let's stop for a moment. So Virgo, are you with somebody other than your twin right now, and you're feeling kind of some kind of way about it? Happy, guilty, annoyed, confused? Are you comparing your new person to your twin? That happens a lot. Let's talk about it. 6 of Swords typically would talk about a card of moving on. It would, okay, this is exactly what it is. So this may just speak to one Virgo twin out there. So if it doesn't resonate for you, this is not your reading, okay? Now I just heard you can flip it, meaning this is supposed to be your energy, but Spirit just says you can flip it. So maybe this is their energy. Take it as it resonates. The Six of Swords talks about moving from choppy waters to calm waters. It's a moving on, moving forward, moving away kind of energy. And the Seven of Swords is a card of defensiveness. It's like putting up the fence and saying, this is mine. I'm going to defend it. I'm going to stake my claim. And this first sword is pointed up. So it's kind of like when swords are pointed up in the tarot, it's like they have something to say, right? Because the suit of the swords is air energy, the cerebral, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And you have two swords here, so you may be dealing, maybe your twin is an air sign. So it's like you've moved on. If I'm assuming that you were the one who did that, you've moved on, and now you're trying to justify it either to others or to yourself or to your twin if you are still in contact with your twin. Maybe you're saying, you know what, you had your chance. You had your chance. And I'm with somebody else now. We're all adults. We can make our own decisions about what's best for us. See how starkly different these two cards are? There's lots of blooms and prosperity on this. Prosperity on this side, sorry. Someone being obnoxious with their car. And on this side, it's just kind of shadows and darkness and starkness. So you could have found a really beautiful soulmate to be with, but you're having to kind of face this. You're constantly having to face the twin flame connection. It's almost like the more you deny it, the more it's in your face. Right? We don't have to be with our twins. That's not what it's about. It's about spiritual awakening and about, you know, seeing how our twin triggers us and moving past that energy and coming to that consciousness about our place in the world, our place in the spiritual world, elevating our vibration, elevating ourselves. And if our twin would like to join in that pursuit, then the more the merrier. But if they can't meet you where you are, then there's nothing wrong with moving on and being with a soulmate. That's a beautiful thing. Even I'm feeling a little like defensive about it. I'm feeling like you're having to justify it, and so I'm going to ask Spirit for a clarification. Two cards popped out. You got the, okay, that card flew out of my hand and then it fell down in reverse. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Little toad. And then the Star card in the reverse. So could be dealing, you definitely could be dealing with an air sign, because lots of air energy in your reading, at least in the beginning. So the Four of Pentacles originally came out like this, which would be somebody who is like holding on very tightly to their belongings, their finances, their you know, just kind of, it's very similar to this card actually. Whereas this is kind of like holding on to, you know, I'll take what's mine. You know, it's similar to the Seven of Wands. That's defending a position. With Seven of Swords, it's like defending a position by like taking something away from somebody else because they're going to use it against you, right? So in this scenario with the Four of Pentacles, it's like, I've worked so hard for this. I'm not going to have it so easily taken from my grasp. But as I picked up the card, it kind of, it's almost like spirit just like chop suey right out of my hand. I actually brought up the chop suey because I saw some interview today on Instagram with Rick Rubin, the music producer, and he was talking about making this song for System of a Down. I guess they have a song called Chop Suey, and they were in the studio and they couldn't figure out this one bridge verse. They couldn't figure out what to write there. So Rick Rubin told the dude, the lead singer, go over to that bookshelf and take any book off the shelf, open it up and put your finger, like point to something on the page. And it was a line about like, it was like a spiritual line. It might have almost been religious, even though I don't know if it was a religious book, but it was kind of like it was some kind of like religious connotation, which in that particular song turns out to be one of like the highlights of the song itself. I don't know why I felt like that was necessary to tell you, but it was necessary because Spirit told me to. So there's something about that when you kind of let go and allow the universe to guide you, right? Instead of trying to control everything, because this can be a card about control, like I'm standing on all four of these lily pads and I'm not going to let any of them go, because if I let any of them go, I'm going to fall into the water, right? And this is kind of like, well, just jump to another lily pad. That's what you're trying to do. Jump from one lily pad to another, right? But the star is in reverse. Is it really what you want? Star in the upright is major arcana, and it's all about healing and wish fulfillment. Is it really what you want? You have to ask yourself that. I can't answer that for you. What's their energy? They got the Nine of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Wands. So this is kind of harsh, kind of apocalyptic, although this is basically the reality that we live in right now, right? Smokestacks and wildfires and polluted air. This reminds me of that scene, all these wands here, it reminds me of that scene, well, also this, from Harry Potter, where it's like, if you, hopefully you've seen Harry Potter, but in the Deathly Hallows part, what? Okay, now I don't remember. In the Deathly Hallows, you know, the bad guy, Voldemort's coming in with all his Dementors and his evil army, and they're kind of descending with their smoke and their evil onto Hogwarts, and all the teachers and all the young wizards point their wands to the sky, and they put up this force field around Hogwarts to protect themselves, right? So it's almost like your person is doing their best to cause a distraction, create a distraction, right? Like a smoke screen, literally a smoke screen, and then cause a little bit of chaos. They may be a chaotic person, you know. My twin, he's an air sign, but he can be a very chaotic person at times. I don't think he would think he was, but he is. So I see there's, you know, your person is grappling with a lot of darkness right now. It's a, you know, you're grappling with a lot of darkness, but it's very controlled. Like everything has its place, and there's brightness here. There's illumination. There's decision making happening on what is best for your healing. But with them, it's just, let's cause chaos and destruction. Maybe it's self-destruction. on their part. I'm gonna call for a clarifier. Spirit can ooh. I can't even make it up, guys. Look at that. Can't even make it up. Wow. Oh my God, Spirit. So I'll tell you, I haven't used this deck. This deck was given to me by a friend, and so I haven't used it very often. I absolutely don't have all the cards memorized, and you're just gonna have to believe me, because it's true. And the card that popped out to clarify the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Wands is the Tower card, Major Arcana. And I will have you notice the wildfires in the background. I did not know that this is what this card looked like, nor did I know that it would shoot right across, right out of the deck as I shuffled. So, you know, this is one of those times when I thank my twin, because I found my way to my spiritual path, and anytime I doubt, how am I supposed to be reading tarot? Like, I don't know. Spirit says, yep, you're supposed to be reading it. I'm simply a channel, right? Like, I'm just channeling. It's not like I have all the great ideas. I'm getting it from Spirit. It terrifies me sometimes, but in like a really great way, when Spirit is so bang on point. This plus this equals this. The Tower card, I'm sorry, I just need to like take a moment with it because it's just so, it's so crazy to me. I've been reading tarot for a while now, not forever, since, you know, going on 3.5, 4 years now, and I've read for a lot of people, and it still gives me a weird kind of joy when I connect in the way that I do with Spirit, through the cards. The Tower energy is great upheaval, surprise, shock, awe. It doesn't always have to be catastrophe. But for this person, this is Scorpio or Aries energy. For your person, your twin flame, there is a huge shakeup happening in their world. And they are, you know, the shakeup simply could be that they found out that you're with someone else. It's a terrible thing. When you find out your twin is with someone else, or they find out you're with someone else, right? So I say terrible in that it just hurts. It hurts the heart. It hurts. But that's just one example of what it could be. There could be something else going on in their world that is just absolutely all-consuming. It's raging. And they're just looking at it and like watching so much of their life crumble. Their old life. We all go through Tower moments. This is part of the Major Arcana. We all step through the Tower moment because that's what helps us to ascend spiritually. So if you're feeling sorry for your twin, I would advise you to simply think good thoughts, pray for them. Don't reach out if you don't feel that that's the right thing to do, because you have your own life to live and they need to figure themselves out, right? Be with them in the 5D. Be with them in the astral. Really energetically love them from afar. Because if you're not careful, this energy can suck you in. It can bring you down. Look at how dark it all is. This is just like, I don't want to say totally sinister, but we're approaching critical mass. I was like, what's the term? With your twin, we're approaching critical mass. This could be you, Virgo. Take it as it resonates. You can flip the energies if it makes more sense that this is your energy or this is their energy. Spirit keeps saying, don't feel sorry for them. Don't feel sorry for them. Now they're saying it's like, what is it? You slept in your bed, now you have to make it. What's the expression? Spirit, what's the expression? You made your bed, now you have to lie in it? I don't know what it is. You get the picture. What is the connection? The energy of the connection. You got the Three of Wands in the reverse. And the Nine of Wands. So we have the 8 and the 9 of Wands now for the connection. Three of Wands in the upright would typically talk about waiting for an opening, waiting for your ships to come in, having invested into moving into a direction, and then kind of waiting for the results. But this card for the connection between the both of you, it's indecisive. You don't even know what you're waiting for right now. But energetically, you're still fighting. Nine of Wands is the card of the wounded warrior who lives to fight another day. These lanterns are still aloft. They're still afloat. They're still burning. Now I'm thinking of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Alan Rickman saying that Robin Hood's gonna come home, the home fire's still burning. I don't take that as it resonates. Maybe that's a movie you and your twin like to watch. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Alan Rickman, absolutely brilliant. I don't know why I thought of that. He took from the rich to give to the poor. He had a questionable sense of integrity, but he was a good guy at the end. Very devoted friend. A fearless leader. The home fire's still burning. Did your twin have to deal with any kind of wildfires? It's a possibility. We've had so many around the world recently, right? Take it as it resonates. There's in this connection, there's still, both of you energetically are still holding on. You may be in a little bit of denial about that. No, I'm trying to let go. I'm trying to let go. That's okay. You know, you have free will. You can live your life to its fullest, and I definitely encourage you to do that. The card here is I'm possible, right? Remember? Anything is possible. What is your advice from Spirit? You got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Cups in the reverse with the Ace of Wands in the upright, and this extra card that flipped out, Father of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So your advice from Spirit right now is, you know, you may be looking for that new beginning that we have been offering you. This is from Spirit, that brings with it perhaps a divine masculine who, you know, doesn't have to be a man. Just somebody that's kind of a self-assured, abundant, take charge kind of person, right? This could be this new beginning, but this Ace of Cups, it's not a full embrace emotionally of what the possibilities are, what could be. And Spirit's saying, are you ready for this Ace? We're trying to give it to you, but you keep rejecting it. Have you healed enough to allow yourself to love fully, love with a full cup? Because it doesn't matter who you meet, if you aren't able to square away your feelings regarding your twin, then whoever comes in a way, they might not have a chance. I mean, they might have a chance. It's a difficult one. That's your reading, Virgo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Please comment down below and press the bell notification to be informed of when I upload new readings. Thank you, Virgo.